Once, in a small, tranquil town named Graceville, nestled at the foot of a majestic mountain range, lived a man named Jacob. Jacob was an ordinary man, leading an ordinary life. He worked as a schoolteacher, imparting knowledge to eager young minds, and enjoyed the simple pleasures of life. But his life was about to take a remarkable turn. One sunny afternoon, while Jacob was taking a leisurely walk along the winding river that meandered through the town, he felt a sensation that was anything but ordinary. It was as if an invisible force beckoned him towards a secluded grove where an ancient oak tree stood. Its gnarled branches stretched out like wise old fingers, and its bark whispered of secrets known only to the tree itself. Jacob followed the call, entering the grove and feeling an otherworldly serenity. As he approached the oak, a blinding light enveloped him, and before he knew it, he was no longer standing beneath the tree. He had transcended into another realm, a realm beyond his wildest imagination. As his senses adjusted to this surreal dimension, he noticed a figure approaching. A gentle radiance surrounded the figure, and as it drew nearer, Jacob's heart skipped a beat. It was none other than Jesus Christ, the Son of God, and his presence filled Jacob with awe and wonder. "Welcome, Jacob," Jesus said, his voice filled with compassion. "I have brought you here to share a message with the world. It is a message that will change lives and bring hope to many." Jacob could hardly believe his fortune. He fell to his knees and, with tears in his eyes, replied, "Lord, I am humbled by your presence. I will do as you ask. Please, share your message with me." Jesus gestured for Jacob to rise, and they walked together through the ethereal landscape of heaven. It was a place of indescribable beauty, where colors danced in the air, and a harmonious melody played from every direction. The air was filled with the sweet scent of flowers that no earthly garden could ever replicate. As they walked, Jesus spoke of the message he wanted Jacob to convey to the world. "Jacob, the message I bring is one of love, compassion, and unity. In your world, there is often division, hatred, and fear. But I want to show you what heaven truly is." They arrived at a vast, bustling marketplace, where beings of all shapes, sizes, and colors mingled harmoniously. Jacob noticed that no one here was defined by earthly standards of wealth, appearance, or social status. Instead, they radiated with an inner light that revealed their true nature. "This is heaven's marketplace," Jesus explained. "Here, no one hoards riches, and no one goes hungry. The abundance of love and resources is shared by all. This is the kind of world I wish for humanity." Jacob was deeply moved by the scene before him, the selflessness and love that permeated every interaction. "But, Lord," he asked, "how can we bring this to earth? How can we overcome the hatred and divisions that plague our world?" Jesus smiled and touched Jacob's heart. "My child, the first step is to open your hearts to love and compassion. Treat others as you would want to be treated. See the divinity in every soul, regardless of their outward appearances or beliefs. Share your blessings and resources with those in need, for in doing so, you share the love of heaven. Jacob nodded, realizing that the transformation of the world began within the hearts of individuals. He was ready to carry this message to his fellow human beings. With a gentle touch, Jesus transported Jacob back to the grove beneath the ancient oak tree. He held a radiant orb in his hand and placed it in Jacob's outstretched palms. This is the light of heaven. It will guide and protect you on your journey. Share this light with the world, Jacob, and let it be a beacon of hope and love for all. Jacob returned to Graceville with a heart full of purpose and a message that would reshape his life and his community. He began by teaching his students about love, compassion, and unity, emphasizing the importance of treating everyone with kindness and respect. Word of Jacob's teachings quickly spread throughout the town, and soon, the people of Graceville began to change. Acts of kindness and generosity became commonplace, and the community grew stronger and more united with each passing day. Jacob's message resonated with people of all backgrounds, and they found common ground in their shared humanity. But Jacob's mission extended beyond Graceville. News of his extraordinary encounter with Jesus and the message from heaven reached far and wide. People from different towns, cities, and even countries flocked to Graceville to hear his message. They were inspired by the possibility of creating a world filled with love and compassion. As Jacob's following grew, he faced skepticism and opposition from those who feared change and the loss of their old ways. But he remained steadfast, continuing to spread the message of love and unity. He reminded people that they had the power to choose a path of transformation, just as he had done when Jesus appeared to him beneath the ancient oak tree. With each passing day, the world began to change. Acts of violence and hatred diminished, and people started to see one another as brothers and sisters, bound by a shared destiny. Jacob's message reached the far corners of the earth, and his influence extended beyond borders and boundaries. In a remote village on the other side of the world, a woman named Amina heard about Jacob's message. Her village had been torn apart by conflict, and hatred had taken root. Amina longed for change, for a world where her children could grow up in peace. Driven by hope and inspired by Jacob's words, Amina embarked on a journey to Graceville. When she arrived, Jacob welcomed her with open arms, and she became an ardent disciple of his message. Amina returned to her village, carrying the light of heaven within her heart. Through her efforts, the villagers began to see the transformation in Amina and felt compelled to follow her example. The message of love and unity began to heal the wounds of the past, and the village gradually embraced a new way of life. As the years passed, the ripple effect of Jacob's encounter with Jesus continued to spread. Communities, nations, and even continents began to embrace the message of love and unity, transcending differences and divisions. The world was on a path to transformation, guided by the light of heaven. One day, as Jacob stood beneath the same ancient oak tree where he had met Jesus, a bright light filled the sky. It was Jesus, returning to check on the progress of the message he had entrusted to Jacob. "Jacob," Jesus said, "you have done well. Your unwavering dedication to spreading the message of love and unity has ignited a transformation that spans the globe. You have brought heaven's light to earth." Tears of gratitude filled Jacob's eyes as he looked at the radiant figure before him. "Lord, it is all because of your message, your love, and your guidance. I am but a vessel for your truth." Jesus smiled and placed his hand on Jacob's shoulder. "Remember, my child, the power to create heaven on earth lies within the hearts of every individual. Continue to be a beacon of hope, and know that I am with you always." With that, Jesus ascended into the heavens, leaving Jacob with a profound sense of purpose and fulfillment. He knew that his mission was far from over, and he would continue to carry the light of heaven to every corner of the world. In the years that followed, the world experienced a transformation like never before. The message of love, compassion, and unity became the cornerstone of human society. Nations put aside their differences, and conflicts ceased to exist. The earth thrived as people shared resources and cared for one another. Jacob's story, and the message from heaven, became a beacon of hope for generations to come. The world had been forever changed, not by grand gestures, but by the simple act of opening hearts to love and embracing the divinity within each soul. As Jacob continued to spread the message of heaven's love, he knew that the shocking revelations he had received from Jesus in that otherworldly encounter had the power to reshape the destiny of humanity. And so, he dedicated his life to being a vessel of that divine message, sharing the profound truth that love and unity were the keys to creating a world where heaven truly touched the earth.